Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the showcase video for Retrofit Roundup number 2. For this, I'm just going to go through the different hull submissions and kind of give you a walkthrough, let you see the finer details. So I'm just going to go through the small ships first. So first up, we've got the HLP Destroyer. And since a relatively simple design, it's got some room for torps up front, front-loaded torpedo bays built in. It's got two front turret zones, some area in the back for deep set missiles, large custom rudders. Let's see, it's zipping along at, well, not a super high speed. Of course, bring in an enemy, see how fast it gets up to. If I remember right, it's something about 21 meters per second. Yeah, around about 21. Yep. And let's see. Okay, getting into the actual walkthrough on this ship. Hang on. Come on. What am I doing? Okay, hang on. I was pushing the wrong button. Okay, so, yeah. Come out through the bulkheads here, you end up on the back deck. Have a nice little, walk through, simple weapon turret there. Some Bofors on each side. And head down into the boiler room. Got boilers. Here on the other side, you've got the coal pits. It's nice. And then just an empty space up here. There's AI in there. And back to the back, and we've got the missile zone. These big old steam engines. Oh, yeah, and AI. Right, okay, so, yeah, basically that's the HLP Destroyer design, which is in the small ship category. Next up we have the Macula. And this is a sleek looking design here. So we've got detections here. Radar system, yeah. Actually, yeah. So, total processing power 12, 10.9 needed. There's a little bit of wiggle room there. Not a ton, though, for adding extra detection. But then again, it has enough. Most of the entries actually do have a decent amount of detection. Or a decent amount of processing power for detection. And this one, we got this deep area for torpedoes and for missiles. And the entire bottom of the ship is coated with rubber, preventing EMP torpedo strikes. We got these heavy armor beams lining this big, huge turret well here. It's kind of a monitor-esque design there. And then you've got this zone here in the back for a DP CWIS, pretty much. It's got both the all-in-one CWIS controller and local weapon controller. You head up here and you have the driver's seat, driver and navigator. Yeah. Looks a little bit like converted luxury yacht turned warship. I mean, there's this thing, which I don't know if it's supposed to be a fountain or part of like a turbocharger air intake for an engine, but it looks pretty cool. And then this like golfing green here. And yeah. Give a quick overview of some of the internals. So you have all these ammo boxes, and the AI. The AI for this one, it's way up front. If there's anything that might be a flaw to try and challenge someone on this one, it's the only AI is way up in the nose of this thing. But if it's fast enough, hey, not a problem. A lot of the processing power is here also sort of in the middle, but as mainframe goes, yeah. And that nice big zone here pretty much fit just about anything. So, one last thing to do on this one. Spawn in an enemy and have a look-see at how fast it goes. So we're clocking in around 23 average. You can see the pretty well protected propulsion there in the back. So yeah, and that design there is the Macula. Next up we have the Treachery, which is, yep, it's a repurposed white flares design. So you have the empty turret well here, which is quite deep and doesn't necessarily need to be so deep, but you can put like your weapon controller down below and everything if need be. Or just, you know, really make it long boy kind of APS or cram or whatever you decide. So it's got two of those. There's the, excuse me, the pilot area here. And head down. And you get into like a basic walk around on the lower deck. It sort of just circles around. It's a big donut. And in the back you've got the top of the steam boilers. You don't get down to the steam base. That's okay. Once again, for the second phase, if an area is already inaccessible, you don't need to try and access it. Like, areas of the ship that are simply there for flotation or closed off AI compartments and such. Yeah, it's just fine. However, you would need to provide a path from this hatch here down to the rest of the ship, so you have to figure that out on your own if this gets voted in on the second phase. These are hatches for medium missiles. The actual missile system's not there, but it's pretty clear what goes here. Pardon me. And yeah. It's cruising along at around 25 meters per second. Classic white flares design. Just to see if it picks up speed at all. It does, as most do when you spawn in an enemy. Not by a ton. But yeah, cruises at around 27 meters per second currently. Of course, that's one of those things. Second phase, you are able to add in more propulsion and such, but you are unable, and will be again unable, to alter propulsion that's already there. So, yes, one last thing to check here. So, total processing power 23. It only needs 2, so there is a lot of room for custom detection, or potentially adding in guided missiles. So yeah, we've got that option on this particular entry. Oh, come on, okay, and that's the Treachery. Then we've got the CL-13, which is the top of a ship. So yeah, this one, it's got the internals and everything, but it basically asks the second phase build to provide a lot of the hull and the bottom of the ship. And you know, that's fair with going in on a blind notion of how many how many resources the second phase will have, which will be revealed once the votes actually come in and a winner is determined. It's flexible in a certain sense, but I mean, yeah, you're gonna end up sinking a lot of budget into actual hull on this one. And then combat. So here we've got a speed clocking in around 16 meters per second, 17. Not the fastest, but then again, it's kind of doing pretty well just floating, considering. So I mean, the aerodynamics on this thing right now are they leave something to be desired, so it's doing fine. And as far as processing power, let's see here. Need to find the AI on this one again. Where'd it go? Here we are. Yeah, so total processing power 12. That doesn't actually have detection added, so that's all up to the second phase builder. It's saying you do it yourself. Then we've got the Anolomocarid, which is rather speedboat looking with additions, and it's got what could be a torpedo launcher detection system turret down here. Also sort of an azipod kind of conglomeration. Let's see. 360. Turrets already are installed. Turret well here. Alright. Let's see. As far as access goes, yeah, head down. And 3. There's some smoke added in there. Smoke dispensers. Air gap for the turret. Let's see. Batteries. There you go. Okay, and then combat test. Okay, kind of zooming. Anywhere between 40 and 45 meters per second. Even with the, I have no idea what you would call these things. as to AI, let's see. Where's the AI here? Yeah, so processing power 14, detection needed 10, so it's got 4-point leeway. It seems to be, oh, it's not, you know, it's got surge protectors on the AI, so hey. Yeah, that's the Anolomocarid. And we've got the Vicnot S. Which is very modern destroyer-esque feeling. And yeah, heading up through. We got the command center area here, the bridge. Head down. And hey, it opens up onto the deck. Go back. You got a hatch here to head down. So you would need some way to get up there, but again, that's one of those Phase 2 build, you do this kind of things. Steam engines and nice heavy armor pole lining along much of the ship. And it's got these, like, just sort of out there in the middle of nothing, GPP. And yeah, so the the detection needed is a full 25 out of 26 processing power needed. So there's not much as far as additional detection that can be added. But then again, this thing is loaded down with it. So not particularly a concern. It's got infrared, it's got passive radar, it's got visual cameras and gimbals, and yeah, it's just, what more does it need? It has, yeah, the detection on it is full and bountiful. Yeah, so let's get this. Here in the back, and even underwater detection. Hey, okay. Of course, it's heavy enough that this one needs to be propped up with propellers, all that heavy armor lining. But it also has alloy for flotation, so combat testing. And it kind of zooms along. Truth be told, it's moving at around 40. A little over. Pretty comparable to the Anolomocarid there on speed, and all the detection makes it fairly dodgy too. Let's see, got these areas here. I think potentially could set up missiles or flares or distraction sticks or something on these. This isn't just a turret well here up front, though. This is just set up your own deck. Well, I call you dodgy and then just prove me wrong. But yeah, it zips along quite well. And then we have the battle barge, which, well, I mean, as you may guess, is a barge. To me, this seems very Henry Wong-ish in design. Like, it's not, but it just has that kind of feel. So you got the steam engine area down here. Of course, the poles for heat hash protection. Heat hash frag. Excuse me. And then the area there in the middle with the AI. Viewable AI. And surge protector protection. Yeah, unfinished second floor here. So this one, yeah, it asks you, hey, build up, whereas the CL13 design, build down. Go as tall as you want here, you know, build a pagoda tower. Right, oh, yeah, checking the processing power, let's see here. Processing power info you would want to know. Total processing power 19. With no actual detection added, so it's all customizable. And for information's sake, the detection for the second phase of the tournament will be set to 0.5 once again. So, detection advised. Alright, so we've gone through the small ship designs. Next on, we'll move on to the large ships. First off, we've got the Brokdorf, which is very classic battleship. And we got these nice deep turret wells here. Two in the back, three in the front. They're all pretty deep. I think they're the same height. And then you've got these functional, simple weapons all over. Alright, so as is, it has a tendency to lean quite a bit. Yeah, there was an entrance around here somewhere. Whoa. Oopsies. Ah. The ship is escaping. Alright. Well. Anywho. So, yeah, detection systems, let's see. Total processing power 30. Detection GPP needed 24. So it's got a fair amount of detection already added, with a little bit of wiggle room. Nothing as far as underwater detection goes. As mentioned, it seems to have a tendency to lean. I don't know if this was a version difference here or what, but I don't think this rudder's supposed to be like this, but I don't know what to do about it either. Gotta love the cabling here. Some amount of detail already involved. Let's see. Where was the AI on this one? Yeah, the boiler rooms to do the big ol' steam turbines, and they run through a lot of the ship. So, yeah, hitting that far in, you've got the chance to take out the propulsion that's already in. Where? Ah. Yeah, okay. Surrounded by stone, which I'm pretty sure it's no longer EMP proof, but this time around I am nerfing EMP by limiting it, and yeah, it won't be as egregious. There shouldn't be one hit kills on EMP this time around, so okay. Alright, so next up for large ships, we've got the Eurypterid. Ooh. Wow, okay, far away from that one. And for this one, yeah. Got pre-added turrets and all-in-one local weapon controllers. And hey, guess what? Even width entry. Get some aspipods going on. Aspipods in the back. Underwater detection. AI set like in heavy armor amidst rubber. Total processing power 14. A nice, very spacious bridge. 3 in the back. A lot of EMP protection. You get an underslung turret in the back. Get the weapon ammo storage. Head down and get down into the boiler rooms. There. What am I doing? Okay, there. So yeah. Interesting way this thing floats. It's not level in a traditional sense. And you've got the turret up here in the back. As far as internals, there's AI back here. I'm pretty sure there was another one. Yeah, of course, in the rubber zone. And then combat testing. Alright, clocking in around 33 average. Maybe 34, 35. Oh yeah, it's also got this in here. I guess might be for large missiles or something. Yeah, anywho. Oop. And then we've got the war tub. which is big old fortress. Big old floating fortress. So, one of the cool things for this one, it's got an actual functional elevator. Granted, not sure what the actual lengths are that I'm supposed to be able to show, but yeah, it'll go up and down. If someone want to mess around with that, second phase or such. And then it's got the different levels that the lift can take you to. So no worries on getting up to the top. The lift does not need to be like, it doesn't need to actually move up and down. It's plausibly can, so don't worry, you know, as far as second phase goes. If it doesn't go up or down, that's fine. Yeah. It's got this very huge central turret well. And the turret wells at the sides. Plenty of ACBs for customization needs. For all your customization. Yeah. And AI. Let's see. General processing power 38. So it's got a lot of processing power. And do you remember if this thing just had one? Or no, it couldn't have had one. It had oh yeah, there were the small ones in the here. Okay. So, oh, yes, one thing I should mention, and I'm kind of springing it on y'all, like, surprise, businesses, is that if an AI doesn't have a maneuver routine, you can't add one in for the second phase. However, if it does, you can alter it, just like last time. That does mean that main AIs have somewhat more importance, but you're not going to get AI deaded if it gets taken out. You'll end up losing your mobility. So, worth noting for all designs. And yeah, there are like a bazillion turret wells on this thing, front and back. So take your choice. And the stairs sort of actually work, even though they're at this angle. At least going up them works. It's a little harder because you can kind of phase through when you go down, but hey, they work. Called lift. Yeah, and that is the battle barge. Oh, right. Combat test. Combat. Forget which side is the front and back on this thing. I guess I had it the wrong way around. Okay. And yeah, this entire thing here fascinatingly this whole inner circle spins. Vicnot. Not the fastest ship in the fleet, but, you know, clocking in at a 15 for big bulky design. It moves. Right, and I do believe that's all of the entries for the first phase of Retrofit Roundup 2. And I'm pretty sure I haven't missed any, so yeah. Yep, so there are 3 entries for large ships and 7 entries for small ships that will be voted on over the next couple days. I will also be posting the blueprints for personal perusal purposes. You know, if you, in your voting process, wish to combat test the hull designs, see how they stand up against different forms of damage or EMP or whatever, you're free to do that. And yeah, after the votes are tallied, the rules will be posted for the second phase. So, yeah, hopefully we will be beginning that in a few days' time. Probably, I'd say probably about 5 days from now. I'll get the rules posted and begin building for that, which will be deadline the 20th of this upcoming month. So, as always, as ever, enjoy. Thank you.